The ring was another thing, bro. That was another crazy thing too. Let me tell you how that happened, bro. So look, before I proposed to Melanie, me and Melanie, we go to different churches and lead worship. So this pastor, he called us. He was like, "Hey, can you guys come lead worship this weekend at our church?" And then I was like, "Yeah." We're like, "Yeah, we'll be there." So we went to the church. It was beautiful. After the service ended, the pastor was like, "Hey, can you guys stay? Can you guys stay? I'm gonna celebrate my daughter's birthday, and just stay. It's gonna be fun." So we ended up staying. The party was beautiful, and then the party was over, and then we were helping the pastor clean up.
Yeah.
And then the pastor comes up to me and Melanie, and he's pointing at me. He's like, "The Lord says that it's time for you guys to get married." And then he's like, "Hey, you, Enzo, the Lord says that you don't have to ask her parents for permission. You just have to ask for her blessing because you already have the permission from the Lord." I was like, "Whoa, what the?"
That's a bar.
Yeah, dude, for real. I was like, "Wow, okay." So then, we left the church. It was beautiful, bro. It was beautiful. The next day on Monday, we started planning with Melanie, and that week, she was gonna leave to Mexico. She was gonna leave to Mexico to lead worship over there. And I remember, we were planning the wedding. I was like, she was like, "When do you want to do the wedding?" And I was like, "I feel like we'll have to do it by the end of August." And then, we set that date. I dropped her off at church at King of the Nations on Thursday because she was gonna leave with pastor and the team to Mexico. And I dropped her off at church. I remember when I dropped her off, when they left, I was praying in the car. I was like, "God, if this is your will for us to get married in August, please provide the money for the ring by the first week of March."
Yeah.
If I get the ring by the first week of March, that means I want that to be confirmation for the wedding, and I'm gonna propose by the end of March. I said this on a Tuesday. I prayed that on Thursday. On a Thursday after I dropped her off. See, the weekend came, and Melanie was like, "Babe, right now that I'm not gonna be here, talk to my dad." And I was like, "No, I'm gonna talk to your dad when you come back, so we can all talk together." I was trying to avoid that talk. And then, she was like, "No, talk to him this weekend." I was like, "Okay, I'll see." So then Saturday came. I was pulling up at her house, and then her dad was pulling up at the same time. And he was like, "Hey, what's up? You trying to go eat? Let's go to IHOP real quick." I was like, "Bet, let's go." And in my mind, I was like, "God, what's going on? Is this you trying to set me up?" So then, in my mind, I was like, "God, if this is your will, make him start the conversation." And I said that because I knew he wasn't gonna do it. And we were eating, bro. We were eating. And then he starts talking about that. I was like, "God, are you serious?" So he starts talking about like us getting married and stuff. And I was like, I never expected that from him.
Yeah.
Because I know how he is. So I knew he wasn't going to start the conversation. And then I told him, I was like, "Look, I was literally just praying about this." And I told him what happened that week. I was like, last Sunday we went to that church. And because he knows the pastor, he was like, and the pastor told us this and this and that, and me and Melanie started planning on Monday, and then this is what we have. And then he started crying. He was like, "Yeah, I mean, you have my permission, man. You already know. Go for it. I already know this is from God." And he was crying when he was telling me that. So he knew, bro. He knew. And then that was on Saturday. The next day, on Sunday, I went to her house, and I was in the basement. I was watching TV there, I think, or a movie. I don't remember. And then this brother from the church, he calls me. He was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "I'm just here chilling at Melanie's house." And then he was like, "Come over. Come over. We have Colombian food." I was like, "Bet." And this was my first. I was barely like getting to know them, and this was my first time going to their house. So I went to the house. And then I sat on the couch, and then this couple, they're very close to us now. And then he was there. He was looking at his wife, but he was laughing. He was like looking at his wife and looking at me, and he was laughing. I was like, "What's going on? What's up?" And then he was like, "We want to tell you something." I was like, "What happened?" He was like, "Me and my wife, we've been having this set of rings for like 5 years." They had barely been at church for like 5-6 months. And he was like, "I took him to the store because I wanted to return them because they didn't fit my wife anymore. I wanted to return the rings. And when we went to the store, they were only giving us 40% of the rings, because I didn't have the receipt, but they were giving us store credit. I think they said that they paid like 7K for the rings, and they were only giving them like 3K, something like that.
Yeah.
He said that my wife didn't want to take that money, and she didn't want to take the store credit, and he said that his wife told him at the store that the Lord told her that they had to keep the rings. They were gonna bless a couple, and then they kept the set of
Jeez.
rings. And then he said that at their old church there was a couple that they thought it was them, and then they start praying, they start asking the Lord if it was them, and he said that they gave the Lord a date, but that day, if they didn't have confirmation, it wasn't them. So that day came, they had a dream that it wasn't them. And that same day, that couple called them, telling them that they broke up. They were not gonna get married anymore. And then, they kept holding the rings. Another couple came, and then he thought it was them, but his wife thought it wasn't them, and they ended up breaking up.
Jeez.
And then that weekend that remember, I prayed this on a Thursday when I dropped Melanie off. On Saturday, I talked to her dad. On Friday, and then on Sunday, I was at this family's house, and they were telling me this whole story about the rings. And then he was like, on Friday, me and my wife, we woke up, and then we had the same dream that it was you guys. Bro, I started crying. I was like, bro, what the heck is going on? I started crying, and I told him, I was like, look, last Sunday this happened. On Thursday I was praying. I was asking the Lord to like give me the money to buy the rings that me and Manny had looked for. The rings that I wanted to get her, they were like $700, and I was, I told him I was telling the Lord to give me the money by the first week of next March, of next month, which is March, and I told him that was confirmation for me from the Lord that I was gonna get married on August 31st, and I had to propose by the end of the month. And I was like, it literally happened like 3 days after I prayed. I had both of the rings, bro, and they were beautiful.
Guy was like 700. Hold up. Let me add another zero to that.
For real, dude.
And you won't have to pay nothing.
And it literally, bro, it was like that the whole time. Throughout the whole time that we were engaged. The apartment was another blessing. The dress was a blessing. And we just kept seeing God, bro. And we still seeing God every month when we had to pay stuff.